Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm Topher Smurf, and today we're going to cover the Towers and Spires of Ascension. We actually just hit 100 subs, and I want to thank everybody for all the support that you've been giving me in the last couple of videos. These are going to be something you work on over time. The regular Tower of Ascension has 200 floors, and every 5 floors there is a boss type encounter. Once you complete the story, you should be able to clear most of the normal tower with your free-to-play composition of Konomiya, Shannon, and DPS of your choice. For a slower but more stable team, you could swap in a Knight or Warrior type unit instead of a DPS with your Kona and Shannon for a stable repeat runs all the way up. Along the way, you have 2 extra reward encounters, the hidden gold chambers on the side and the special room encounters. As you make your way up the tower, you will see these 2 open up and you can complete the rooms pretty easily. The special room has a chance of dropping a legendary scroll. These rooms feel like bonus stages in other games with so many monsters. You might be tempted to aggro every monster in there, but just be careful, it can get crazy quickly. For these rooms, your typical comp should do the trick just fine, but bring lots of AoE damage if you want to clear it quickly. The gold rooms come in a couple different flavors, with treasure chests in all of them. Try and go for the treasure chests first, as they give you a lot of decent rewards. After that, bring in mostly a DPS composition to hit the golden ducks and extract gold from their flesh. Make them drop their gold. There is one room with tons of chests, and you won't have enough time to get them all, and that's okay. There were a couple particularly difficult floors. The first one I encountered was the double Shurekli. Make sure to bring someone like Wind Mystic Witch to apply unrecoverable debuff, as both of these guys will heal themselves a lot towards the end. The other stage I found difficult was towards the top with the Water Elemental. He applies a pretty strong shield that you won't be able to burst through, so make sure to bring someone who strips consistently or a block beneficial effects monster. I didn't have many options, so I had to go with the Fired Lizard. Other options, if you have them, are Zinc, the Dark Living Armor. You can try and use a monster that strips, just make sure you build either monster on very high accuracy. Some of the boss stages, with 1 to 2 bosses especially, stage 200, can be easily cleared with our girl Lynn, the Light Amazon. You actually get her for free by completing her story in the Guard Journal. Once you get her, build her all attack, crit rate, crit damage, and deal massive damage. Lynn is easily one of the most important 4-star monsters you can build. Hard mode is just that. Hard, but not as hard as you think. A similar free-to-play comp will get you pretty far in this tower, but you will have to progress your account quite a bit further before reaching stage 200 of the hard tower. Let's take a break and look at the shops. At least in the early game, you want to completely ignore the shop and move to the Ascension powers. These powers are many levels of flat buffs to your summoner and monsters. I'm spending all of my TOA currency here. Mo stats, mo better. As you start purchasing your stats, you'll see this currency. In total, there are 4 currencies you get from the TOA. Most of them, though, you will get from the Spires of Ascension.
I'm too weak.
The first tower is the Celestial Tower. This is just an uber hard tower because each floor has certain requirements that must be met. This is also where you're going to get those other currencies that you will need to purchase more and more of those Ascension powers. The first dozen floors are easy enough, and even with a couple random monsters you have in your box, as long as they meet the requirements, slap some runes on them and you should be fine. Something special that you may not know is you can actually challenge each Celestial Tower floor up to 4 times and get additional rewards and, more importantly, those other currencies. These are pretty juicy rewards and definitely worth it. Each attempt at the same floor will give you a different challenge to complete and different currencies after completing it. Let's look at the Element Towers. These are pretty easy to understand. Just build a team with 3 monsters of the same element for each tower. This will take some time for you to get enough runes and leveling material to create all of these teams. At this point, I'm sure most of you have a couple 5 stars that you can start slotting into these spots and building your team around them. Alright guys, I hope this helped you with conquering the Towers of Ascension. I'm sure you guys will be looking for team comps for some of those stages, so let me know down in the comments if you need any help. I'm sure myself or one of the other community members can help you out. If you want more Summoners War Chronicles content, be sure to like this video and subscribe so I can keep making more. I will go live most weekdays, so come hang out with us on stream. That's all for now. I'm Topher Smurf telling you to keep on gaming.